And so this idea of the neutrality, is that similar to like an idea of curiosity, of just, okay, I wonder what's here, or, I'm feeling this depression, or I'm feeling this pit of anxiety. Like how detailed do you get when you go down to the physical observation of that?
Well, the important thing to recognize in that regard is that curiosity is usually crucial to a well-lived life. But if we get really curious about our stories and our beliefs, then we're playing around for most of the time in our neocortex and in that realm of thinking.
Okay.
So on the other hand, where it's very helpful to maintain that curiosity is exactly what you were just pointing to, which is the physical sensation realm. And it's a realm in which our curiosity is always helpful unless it starts to tilt towards the why. Meaning, as soon as we ask ourselves why we're having a sensation or a feeling, then we're going to jump back into the cognitive. So a perfect example would be to stick with that pit in the stomach that we talked about earlier, that was the feeling of unworthiness in our example.
Mm-hmm.
So what I might do with a client is I might say, okay, see if you can let that pit just be there without trying to change it or make it go away or understand it in any way. And let's just take a few moments and see what happens. And so some time might go by, and they might report something to me like, well, it feels like it's just staying right there. It's very heavy. And so I might give them some leading curiosity questions, like, does it seem to have a color attached to it? Does it seem solid or hollow? And let's say someone said, well, it feels kind of hollow. Then I might say, all right, well, let's see if in your mind's eye you can imagine that you could be small enough, you could get microscopic, that you could drop inside the ball. So do that for a few moments, and then keep noticing what's happening, and I'll check back in with you. And in that example, what I've done is I've just given them a little assist to take it a little deeper. And also what I've done in that example is I've promoted spaciousness and flow. And in my work, there are a lot of different ways to do that. Some of them are imaginal, like the one that I just described. Some of them are more physical, like breathing into and out of a sensation. But the whole idea is that that's where your body has found a challenging emotion and locked it down. And so what you're doing to correct that, to rewire the glitch we talked about earlier, what you're doing is you're going into it with your awareness, and you're using your awareness to create more room and more flow so that the emotion then is able to dislodge from where it's been stuck and start to do what is in its nature to do, which is to let go of you, to release from you once you feel it. Because that's the whole thing about this work. When an emotion arises and needs to be felt, all you need to do is feel it. And when you feel it, it knows that you've gotten the message. And so there's no reason for it to stick around any longer. So when you feel something fully, it leaves. It's gone from your physical body. But in the case of emotions that you resist, those emotions stay in your body, and they grow in intensity and pressure because they keep trying to get out as you keep trying to stuff them. So the process that I just described to you reverses that and lets the natural flow of feeling occur the way that's going to lead you home, let's say, to yourself.
Hi there, my name is Nina Wallinder, and I wanted to talk to you about Layers of Health. Layers of Health is a free online community dedicated to investigating holistic and alternative health options. These options can include physical health, mental and emotional health, business health, as well as your spiritual health. So you can join me as I discuss your health concerns with various experts, mentors, and leaders in their fields. And these interviews are offered for free live as well as during special encore presentations. But if you find one that is particularly interesting to you, you can also purchase it. So you can join me at www.layersofhealth.com, and I'll see you on the calls.